Well, hello everyone. Been away for a week or two there. Just been pretty busy, and yeah, just been getting stuff out as quick as possible. Um, so at the moment today, I'm after getting a big sliding gate back from Galvanising, and it has come back terrible. I've said it to them, and I think they're not going to be charging me for it, and rightly so, because I've probably got about 2, maybe 3 hours of sanding very carefully down big lumps of galvanized that formed on top of the gate when they took it out of the vat. So I'll turn the camera around there now and I'll just show you what I've started doing. This has taken me probably, I don't know, half an hour to do. So yeah, I'll turn the camera around here and I'll show you. So I've literally just started on this area here, bringing it back just to a fine finish of galvanize. I have to do all the way down here on this is the bottom of the gate where the rollers are going to be, so you can see how bad that galvanize has come out. It's very bad, and it's all the way down to the end here. Yeah, the sides aren't too bad, they're not too bad. The top I can live with. It's not as bad. Well, it's nowhere near as bad as the bottom. Just a bit of sanding back and a bit of getting it flush or nice and smooth. So that's not too bad. The main issue is the bottom here. And yeah, as I said, I think it's after taking me about 40 minutes. Now, this area here that I've just done, this was the worst section. We had big blobs of galvanized after forming here. So I'm guessing what happened is when they took it out of the vat, the galvanizing vat, there must have been a bit of slag on top of the galvanize on the pool as it came out that they never cleaned off, and it just formed down here. So up around the lock here we have a few nice teardrops to clean down. See here, these lumps, these all have to be ground flush, and be very careful not to go through the galvanize, because I don't know, do people know when you're grinding back the galvanize to a nice smooth finish, if you get a spark, that means you have broken the surface of the galvanize, and that's pretty much your project ruined, because you're going to get rust. So you can see all in here, all these lumps, these teardrops, they're not too bad. I can deal with them. You get them on every galvanized job you do. So yeah, this is going to be a roller PVC gate, like that PVC over there. Yeah, so I'd say I have a good 2-3 hours ahead of me. I'll try and record as much of it as possible. Probably not the most interesting video, but yeah. So let's get into it, I suppose.
Time after time, you're always right. Whoa.
I should say that I'm using 60 grit mop disc, and then on sander starting with 40, and then once I've gone round with the mop disc and the sander at 40, I then put on a 80 or 120 just to smooth out. So yeah, back to it. currently I'm about a quarter of the way through. I'm on my second flap disc because the galvanizing is just gunking up. The disc, it is very slow. Let me switch you around here. So yeah, about a quarter of the way through the bottom. I'm roughly around here at the moment. But just looking over it again, this was by far the worst area here up until around here. So once we get up to past here, we're not actually too bad. The rest of it on the bottom, it's not as bad. I don't know, does it come out on the camera? But this should clean up fairly quickly along here. And then the rest, should be much quicker. Forgot to say, the underside is okay. Need a bit of cleaning, a bit of polishing to flatten out a few spots, but it's not too bad. But on my second flap disc, because the galvanize is just gunking up the disc. You can see here, it's on the edges here, it's gunking up, and then it's kind of not too bad on the sander. So probably another 10-15 minutes I should be up to about here, and things should go a lot quicker then. The only thing is, it looks okay here now. Like, I'm going to hit this with a 120 grit after this one. This is 40 grit, and I'm using actually 60 grit on the flap disc. So feeling it feels okay, nice and smooth, but I won't really know how it actually looks until it gets its first coat of primer. It's going to be two coats. There's going to be a grey undercoat and then a gloss grey finish to this to go with a grey PVC board. But I won't really know how it looks until it actually has that first coat on it. Then you will start seeing what blemishes are still in it. I may have to go back over it. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can get as much out of it now when I'm at this. Not a fun job to be doing. Like I said, you're always going to get a few bits that you need to clean down on galvanize. But this is just taking the you know what. So we'll keep going. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Right, so I decided off camera, you know what, I'll just plow through with it myself, get it done without recording, because I don't think anyone wants to see a fall off for an hour and a half just sanding, and that's an hour and a half on one side. So I have this side done. This bottom is all cleaned up. All I need to do now is run over it with 120 grit. That shouldn't take too long, 10 minutes probably. I have our lock kind of all cleaned up around here. It was fairly messy, so as you can see, it's all flattened out. I just got to run around with now the 120, and then we will flip it over and quickly do the other side, and hopefully, well, for me today, I will at least get the undercoat on it, because it's currently Tuesday and I would like to get this fitted for maybe Friday. So let's continue on and get this bloody sanding done. Right, so gate is all cleaned. This is the other side. I haven't recorded this side because it was fairly straightforward. Not too much to do to it. A few little bumps here and there, especially along this one, the full length. Just individual little pops of, you can actually see here where I've grinded them down a bit. I could probably do it going over this little bit again, which I'll do there in a minute. But yeah, these were little raised bumps. Now they're flat. You can't actually feel them, but when you come to paint, they will show through. So yeah, that is all prepped. Both sides done. That was an absolute headache. I think just over 2 and a bit hours it took me to prep that to get it to this stage. So what we're going to do now is, sorry, I've also forgot to say, I actually just cut out for my, if I just grab them here, my rollers. So your rollers will sit up in there. They're a bit snug. I might just give them a slight clean top and bottom, but at the same time you don't want them loose. But if I give them a tap, they go up. I've tried this already, and on site then they'll be bolted into place, or even before we go. So yeah, next thing now is get this off the stands. I was only thinking the other day I could badly do with a hoist in here, which I think I'm gonna make one. But what we're gonna do is, off this beam here, I think I'm gonna make a pendulum hoist. So I think it's a pendulum hoist anyway, but it's literally out off an arm. It'll come kind of the width of the workshop, and it'll be on a beam roller. And so I can pull it all the way across and left and right. But we don't have that right now, so we just have to use manual labour to lift this off, move the stands. We're going to clean the floor, and this is pretty much ready to be sprayed. Yeah, so let's get to that. For our first coat, we are going putting on a semi-matte, one coat of that. Give it maybe half an hour because it's about 28 degrees here today, so it will dry quick. And then we will finish with a gloss finish coat. And these are RAL 7004s. It's a light grey to match the board as best as possible. You're never going to get it exact matching PVC boards, but it's as close as you will get it. So I have my frame set up. As you can see, I have a very rudimentary setup that I have here. I'm not exactly properly set up for spraying, but you can see this is my little mixing table here. Bit of a mess, but look, it gets the job done. And yeah, so I'm actually planning on putting a bit of a lean-to off the front of the building for the purpose of actually being able to spray outside and not having to be in here. So it's going to come out around 8 foot off this building, from that corner there to there, just to be able to give me the ability to do a bit of spraying outside. So I've the steel work in there. I still have a small bit of work to do to that, and my storage shed is coming together. I have a bit of racking made up on the wall, and for now I just have my saw out here. In maybe 2-3 weeks I'm getting a slab poured on the ground. Really looking forward to that, and then we'll close up the back, we'll add lights and a bit of power on the wall. So yeah, that's all to happen. So yeah, my slab is going to come out and meet up with the existing concrete. So it'll really tidy up the place. So with that out of the way, let's get to giving this its first coat. Give it, like I said, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour to let it dry, and we will add the finish gloss.
You were like a ransom note. If I give in, will you come home? I'd put everything I'd had into getting you back. I was only 17, and you were the air I breathed. I walked across a burning bridge for you, for you. Those roads we walked, I'll know forever. Those times we
with that is the frame fully painted. I actually ended up going with a second coat of gloss. There was just a few spots that needed that extra layer of paint on it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Now on the bottom where we had all those issues with the galvanizing, there is one or two spots that it almost looks like a gouge mark. Now it's not too bad. It's if you hit it in certain light, you might see it. But that's mainly the reason why I went with a second coat. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. It's a nice finish. So that will do it for today. Tomorrow, we let this now dry overnight, and tomorrow we will put on the PVC, and then tomorrow will be Friday, and then on the Saturday I will go out and fit it. Don't think I'll be recording that. Maybe in the next video I'll show you a picture of it fitted. But yeah, we'll have the PVC on it tomorrow and ready to go. Well, that's a wrap on this one here. I actually just do a small bit of filming. There's no one home. So that's that gate fitted. Turned out well. Lock is opening nicely. So yeah, pretty happy with how this gate has turned out. So that's going to do it for this video. If you liked what you see, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.